Welcome to Bite Size Rando. My name is Dieter Kirby. Today we're going to be going over all of the pot items and safety refills in the entire Hyrule Castle escape sequence. And we're going to start with these two pots here, which are actually before Hyrule Castle proper. They're in the Hyrule Castle secret passage, and each one of these has a small magic refill under them. Moving on to inside the castle, a lot of times you don't come in this exact place, but in this entire, entrance area, all of these different pots are going to have hearts in them. So this is the second floor of the left-hand side. There are two hearts here. And if you come up here, these two pots do often pass by when you're coming up through this long hallway. There's some green guards here that you can chuck these pots at, and each one of these also has hearts underneath them. Over on the right side, if you go on the second floor, there's a pot here that has a heart, and there's a pot here. If you go through this door, there's a pot here that has a heart. And there's another one towards the top of this room, also on the second floor, that also has a heart. So pretty much every pot in this entire area is going to have a heart under it. Moving on, if you go down the stairs, in this big, wide open area, there is a heart underneath this pot. You can feel free to pick it up, and you can optionally chuck it at this guard to see what he will drop. And finally, when you get down here to the area where the ball and chain guard is, there are these three pots here. Commonly, these are used to throw at the ball and chain guard because they do tempered sword damage, so two pots will kill the guard. You can also do a combination of pot throws and sword slashes, but each one of these three pots has a heart underneath it. It is worth noting that if you're going to do the strategy where you throw pots at the guard, normally the guard is not activated because he's off screen, but if you walk to the right side of this pot, you'll see that he does activate and start walking towards you. The one strategy you can use is to grab this pot from the right hand side. That'll mean he moves a little bit closer to you. Same thing for the second pot. If you move to the right side of it, you'll see that he starts walking, as opposed to if I were to chuck the first pot and just grab the second pot from below, you'll see that he is not walking towards me because he is off screen. So to make things a little bit faster, you can grab both of these pots from the right side. That'll make sure that he is trying to walk towards you, and then therefore he will drop kind of right in front of this cell, which will lead to a little bit of a faster time since you have to walk less. Alright, now we are into the dark rooms. This is the first dark room behind the throne room. There is going to be a small magic in this left-hand pot next to the torch. And there's going to be another small magic in the bottom of these two pots. Okay? The top one just has a green rupee, so probably not important. Now these small magics can be really useful. For example, if you are playing standard mode and you come back here and you need some more ammo for a magic-based weapon, such as the Fire Rod or the Cane of Berna or Cane of Somaria, there is also going to be a heart underneath this pot here, which is on the way to the exit leading downward. Some interesting things to note about this room. You come in here with no lamp and you're doing this in the dark. For example, you will be expected under advanced item placement logic to be able to navigate these rooms with only the Fire Rod. So if you come in here with no lamp and you need some magic for your Fire Rod, you can hold up and left from the door. You'll eventually end up at this corner, and then you can go down and to the right and lift up this pot and you'll get the full small magic. This heart underneath the pot in the upper right is also really easy to get in the dark. If you just come out of the door, or come from this side, if you just hold diagonally up and to the right, and you spam the A button, eventually you will pick up the pot and you'll be able to see the heart in the dark and collect it. Moving on to Dark Cross now. There is a pot on the left-hand side here, which has a small magic. Again, this can be useful in standard mode. And in this room, in the sewers with all the rats, there are actually quite a number of pickups. These two pots don't have anything, but this bottom pot has a small magic. This center pot also has another small magic. And this pot in the corner here has a heart underneath it. The top pot does not have anything. If you get back here to this room with the three chests, each one of the four pots in the corners has a heart underneath it. The other two pots are just empty. And that is going to do it for Hyrule Castle Escape. I'm not going to do Aghanim's Tower, that's going to be a separate video, but hopefully this helps, especially those pots that have small magic underneath them for if you're playing standard mode. And feel free to use this knowledge in your next run.